TV, a great Hollywood classic. Ingrid Bergman and Bing Crosby in The Bells of St. Mary's. Tomorrow night at 8. This is Channel 9 TCN Sydney, first in Australia.
This is the Beatles Sydney Press Conference. Thousands of words have been written and spoken about the boys from Liverpool. This week, read 3 entirely new and unusual views of the Beatles in the Bulletin by Charles Hyam, Pat Rolfe and Melbourne's Batman. If Indonesia and Malaysia cannot reach political agreement, Britain foresees a ruinously expensive 10 years war in Borneo, says an overseas report. For 2 opposing views of Beaverbrook for news, reviews, business and finance, buy the Bulletin. It's out on Wednesday.
Next week, we take you right across the Pacific to the United States for the 4th and final chapter in our saga of Western man. This time, after looking back in previous programs at what their ancestors achieved, John Secondari and his crew take a long, hard look at themselves, the United States in 1964.
Chance to leave the Dark Ages and found a better way of life for all men. What in the year 1964, after 5 centuries of striving, can Western man say he has achieved? Our yardstick is America, the richest and most powerful nation the world has ever known, where barriers of space and sound no longer exist, although barriers of poverty and color do. Where cars are produced in surplus, food in plenty, and time and effort are becoming so economized that soon there'll be more leisure hours than ones for working. When Western man set out on his saga in 1492, he was eager that one day man should lack for nothing. The problem of today is not too little, but too much. Too much car, too much time, and too many material benefits for still too few. It seems that the challenge to make man happy remains as it ever did. Don't miss 1964, the last chapter in our Saga of Western Man series, next week on Project 64.
February 1960, K67, take 2. George Black now has 395 pounds. George, I'll ask you before the next contestant comes on just to shorten the game up because we're getting near the end of this half hour. What are you going to do? You're going to go ahead or stop?
I'd like to go on.
You're going to go ahead? Try and make it 3,950. I mean, we don't mind. Let's meet our next contestant. Come on here.
Our next contestant comes from Normanhurst. He is a draftsman, and his hobbies are golf, horse racing, music, and literature. Mr. Tom Parsons.
Come out here, Tom.
The second cricket test against Australia. The 3rd wicket fell at 42, and England, chasing Australia's first inning total of 176, appeared to be in a poor position. However, the pair Edrich and Parfitt, and later on Sharp, took the score along before Parfitt was out LBW for 20 to Calling. Mackenzie has taken 2 wickets, Calling has taken 1, and the other has gone to hook. At lunch, the score was 4 for 110, with the not-out batsman Edrich on 51 and Sharp on 21. Well, beer supplies to the Canterbury Bankstown Leagues Club have been stopped by an order from the Liquor Trades Employees Union. The union has taken this action because 7 members of the club staff refused to join the union. The secretary of the union, Mr. Rosa, said tonight that employees at the breweries which serve the club have been told not to handle any beer marked for delivery to it.
What's the richest tasting, most sustaining breakfast cereal?
Kellogg's Cornflakes.
The richest tasting, most sustaining, they've got what it takes. What are they?
Kellogg's Cornflakes.
Right! Bacon, crunchy, crisp and munchy through and through and through. Now here's the way to start each day for Dad and Mom and you. So a couple of shakes will fill up your plates with a breakfast cereal that's got what it takes. Both big and crunchy, crisp and munchy, rich as tasting, most sustaining.
Kellogg's Cornflakes.
Thank you, once again. So a couple of shakes will fill up your plates with a breakfast cereal that's got what it takes. Those big and crunchy, crisp and munchy, rich as tasting, most sustaining.
Kellogg's Cornflakes.
30 seconds, roll, Kinney. The gas cooking, KG 33, part 1, take 3.
And now we're going to cross over this afternoon for another Susan Lee White's menu for tomorrow.
Good afternoon, everybody. Our suggested menu for tomorrow features a really interesting main course served with rice. But first, the menu.
Use the right oil this winter. Car makers recommend Castrol.
Castrol, the masterpiece in oils.
Well, it's that man again, the one and only Phil Silvers, and he's back to Alf Bilko in the year's funniest new comedy series. Don't miss the Australian premiere of the new Phil Silvers show Wednesday night, 7 o'clock on TCN 9.